Hello and welcome to Is It Worth Your Money? Finally I've gone into another one. I made another video explaining why. I'll probably post it before this one, so you will see why I haven't made one in a while. But yeah, today I'm going to be reviewing Sinister. One thing I decided to do, since I love the soundtrack to this movie, is that I'm going to be playing music from the movie in the background. I'm not sure if you can notice it now or not, but this one, the song's called Blood Swamp, and the band is Sun O. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, and accompanied by Boris. Just to give them credit for what they did. So let me get to the review. To go over the plot quickly, a true crime novelist played by Ethan Hawke moves into a house where a murder happened to write a new book. And as you'll find out in the movie, that he had his time where he was really famous. Well, he still is really famous, but he was the most famous when he wrote a book called Kentucky Blood back in, it was either the late 90s, early 20s, sometime around there. And he, ever since then, although he never said he wasn't doing it for the fame back then, he was doing it for justice. He was trying to get that fame back because it probably went to his head. So they move into this house where crime happened. It's a crime he's investigating about how this family was all found hung and their daughter went missing, and no one knows where the daughter went, and she's presumed dead. So as he enters the house, he goes up to the attic, and he finds a box filled with films, Super 8 films to be exact. So he watches them. They all have their label that goes with what is on it. Hanging out, pool party, family barbecue, sleepy time, and there's one more which I'm not going to name. The reason being is that if I do name it, you'll know what is exactly on this film just by the name. And this, in my opinion, is the best, and it's the last one you see, so I'm not going to ruin that for you. You can kind of already guess what's on the other ones. The pool party. You've seen the footages from those ones in the trailer. So as that goes on, he gets more stressed, and he's trying to find out what's going on, and it's tearing him apart pretty much. Because he wants to get to the bottom of this. He wants to write this book so he can get his fame back. But it doesn't work out that way, as most horrors do. Just, I know it's too late, but sorry, I kind of spoiled that for you. But you can kind of guess because it's a horror film, and horror films never end happy. But anyways, what was I gonna, okay, he's eventually helped by, I'm going to call him what he's called in the movie, Deputy So-and-so. That's what Ethan Hawke's character, I believe his name's supposed to be, it's like Elton Osborne or something like that. Yeah, he does that, and he keeps finding out more and more about the killing, and that it's happening in other places too. So, that goes on, and that's pretty much the plot. For what I'm gonna go into with, because I think if I go into it a bit more, I might be spoiling some things. I'm trying to stay out of spoiler territory since I'm pretty much, well, you know the reason. But anyways, one second. Anyways, let's talk about the music in the film quickly. As you can probably hear, the music in it's really creepy. The soundtrack, like I said, is amazing. It's one of my favorites in horror films. In any horror film I've seen, besides probably the Halloween theme, because that one's classic, but this music fits perfectly for Sinister, because well, the music does sound kind of sinister. But anyways, the music is perfect. There are some cliches in this movie that you see in horror films, like, of course, there's, well, there are some jump scares, but they're used effectively, and they don't seem really that out of place. Like, I can name some, but I don't want to give any of this away. So there's this other cliche that is not as well known. It's probably really known, but it's that cliche when you hear creepy music and all of a sudden stops, then you think you're safe, and something creepy or scary happens. Um, there's actually, believe it or not, good character development. Ethan Hawke's character went from being this guy who was obsessed with fame to being concerned about his family and their well-being, although he realizes it's too late. I forgot to mention this earlier. What happens eventually is their son Trevor, who had night terrors when he was younger, and they had stopped, was getting them again when they were living in the house, and their daughter, I forget her name, I believe it was Ashley, started drawing stuff on their walls. She usually draws stuff on the wall. She draw some of the murders that happened. She drew Stephanie, the missing girl, and yeah, that goes on. Later on, I forgot to mention this as well. As he's watching film, he quickly learns of what's going on. Well, not quickly, but yeah, I think you get what I mean. Not back to the cliches. I really enjoyed this film, as I said, and the music stopped. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess no music from this point on in this review until the end, and you'll see why. Yeah, the film was really good. It had nice use. Actually, that's what I wanted to talk about. Sorry. Let me briefly go over what makes a good horror film good. I'm probably gonna make another video of this if you guys want. And pretty much what makes a good horror film good, which is why I don't really like found footage movies, is that you don't just need something that looks scary. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get some scares with that probably, but you also need good atmosphere and good music. If you get creepy music with a perfect atmosphere and something that looks creepy, you're gonna have a genuinely scary horror film. The problem with most modern horror films is they don't understand that, especially with found footage films, because in found footage films you don't get the use to implement creepy music. I mean, yeah, you can kind of create a bit of an atmosphere with those, which will make it a bit more creepy, but it just doesn't work all that well because they're missing the element of music. So, like I said, I'm going to make another video completely going into that, but anyways, I thought, like I keep saying, the movie was really good. I'd say it definitely is worth your money. So, if you want a good scare, something like that, just go out and watch Sinister. It'll be worth it. I'm not sure what I'm going to review next. It might be Looper if I go see that. I'm not sure. I know that I will eventually... I will be reviewing The Hobbit. But if there's anything you guys want me to review before then, I'll just leave it in the comments down below and I'll go try to see it. I'm also going to see all the Marvel movies that are going to come out. I can't wait for Iron Man 3. Because Iron Patriot might be in it, but that's a different story. So, this is it for this video. I'm going at the end, after this, I'm going to put in music from more music from the movie. It's, just to give the band credit before I end this, the band's called Boards of Canada, and the song's called Gyroscope, if you want to go look it up. So yeah, now, enjoy the music. See you guys next time.